Ah, young wizard. Nice to see you. You need an empty knowledge crystal? According to my records, such as they are, you can find one in vaults here in Grand Chasm. Take this key and be careful. I don't know what is down there these days. You found the crystal we need. An empty knowledge crystal won't do us much good without a spirit stored inside it. I know just the spirit. One of our greatest heroes died during the Great Raid, and we buried him within the necropolis. His name was Boris Blackrock, the Lord Obsidian. Though he fought like none other could against the Titan, he was one of the first to fall. We were able to give Boris Blackrock a hero's burial in the necropolis before the war ended, and we gave him the title of Lord Obsidian. I am certain he will want to help us again. Go to the necropolis and use the empty knowledge crystal on the tomb of Lord Obsidian, where Boris Blackrock is buried. His spirit will live on within the crystal, and he will guide us.
tendril of light moves within the crystal as it is imbued with the spirit of Lord Obsidian.
Incredible! Few students have ever imbued a knowledge crystal, and you did it with so little coaching. Now we have our crystal of the hero. Are you ready? You will now face Boris Blackrock, the Lord Obsidian, our greatest hero from the battle with the Titan army. No student of DragonSpyre has ever undertaken this lesson. Go now and place the crystal of the hero upon the last pedestal.
I am Boris Blackrock, the Obsidian Golem. The Council trained me to defend the Wizard's knowledge from the warriors. When the Wizard summoned the Titan, I alone had the knowledge to fight it. I met it in battle, and though I fought bravely and with great skill, it was not enough. My body was destroyed. When I fell, so did DragonSpyre. Defeat me, and you show yourself to be DragonSpyre's greatest hero. Fought as none other. I salute you as the hero of DragonSpyre.
Rarely have I learned a more profound lesson than my student. But that is just what has happened. You have opened my eyes to my past mistakes and shown me the truth. I am eternally grateful to you, young wizard. You have learned and accomplished a great deal, more than I could have ever imagined an outsider accomplishing. I hereby grant you the highest passing grade, which provides you with full membership in the DragonSpyre Academy. It is our custom that the Dean of Admissions will present a new student with an Academy portal stone. Go see if you can find such a stone within the Dean's tower.
Yes, yes. What is it? Oh, of course. You must be looking for the Dean. You won't find him here, though. I'm the Dean's assistant, and I am embarrassed to admit that I have no idea where he's gone. Come to think of it, he's been gone for quite some time. Maybe the librarian knows where he is.
You're actually looking for the Dean of Admissions? Oh dear. It seems that no one has told you this sad news. Getting to see the Dean of Admissions is next to impossible, I'm afraid. You see, he was directly involved with summoning the dragon titan that destroyed DragonSpyre. I was responsible for that. After he had the professors kidnapped and began the summoning ritual, we stopped him and placed him in the labyrinth. That was before the attack began. Now there's not much more harm he can do, so you're free to go see him in the labyrinth if you like. I was responsible for keeping the labyrinth key, so here you go.
Milos hands you the key to the labyrinth.
Good luck getting that portal stone.
You were about to enter.
You've come here for the Dean? I wouldn't worry about him anymore. He's taken care of. It's his accomplices I'm worried about. When he turned bad, the Dean set loose some of the criminals imprisoned here. You seem a brave youngster, or a wizard. Why don't you help me out and put those criminals to rest? First, you'll need to get across the bridge. After the raid, the key to the bridge was left somewhere in one of those houses over there.
This key is my duty. To guard it I was made. The key must not be taken. I guard it with all my being.
That looks like the right key. Now use the bridge key on that pedestal. The mechanism inside will raise the bridge and you can cross it easy enough. On the other side, see if you can find and defeat 3 escaped conspirators for me. That would help restore some order to this place. Excellent work. It sounds like they've learned from their mistake. Such a pity that DragonSpyre had to pay for it. I'm not so sure if I should let you see the Dean. When we rounded him up, he had no regrets about what he'd done. He's either cold-blooded or just plain crazy. No good will come from talking to him. You've earned the right to speak with him, though. So here's the key. Use it on the center pedestal to raise the bridge to his cell. Just watch out for that one. He's tricky and as nasty as they come.
Hello there, young wizard. I don't get many guests here. As a point of fact, I get no visitors, not a single living soul. So believe me when I say I'm pleased to see you. What brings you here? Let me guess. You want me to admit you to DragonSpyre Academy, correct? There should be no troubles there. They threw me in jail, but they never fired me. Excellent then. Since the Titan's army destroyed DragonSpyre, student enrollment is down. We can use the fresh blood. If I'm to help you, then you must do something for me. Just a little mercy for an old man in this cold dungeon cell. Please go to the tower outside and retrieve my cloak. During the circumstances leading up to my arrest, it ended up atop the tower outside.
You cannot have these things I guard. You must destroy me to take them.
This tome is titled The Age of the Kingdom of DragonSpyre, when the dragons ruled the skies and struck fear into the hearts of men. The wise and powerful King Menet met in secret with the Queen of the Drakes, Gavarina. Gavarina and Menet joined together. The forces of men and drakes banded together and overcame the dragons, thus ushered in the age of the Kingdom of DragonSpyre.
Your first day, and you get the highest marks in show and tell. I'm most grateful for this cloak. It keeps the chill away. I'm afraid my demands haven't been entirely met. In addition to the restoration of my cloak, I'd like my old staff back. I require it to admit you into this school. My staff was taken by a guard who now patrols deep in the detention center. Take this. It should get you through his gate.
The Dean passes a small key to you.
What's that? You don't want to help me? I suspect what you're up to is far more important than any punishment they're inflicting on me. So tell me, young wizard, how badly do you want admission into DragonSpyre Academy and the portal stone that comes with it? If you wish it, you'll do as I say.
You found the 6th stone rose.
Well, my young friend, you've returned my staff to me. It looks a bit worse for wear, but should be functional still. I am without a third of my badges of office. You have provided my cloak, my staff, and now I need the battle crystal. It's being stored in detention for safekeeping. Could you return it to me? You're understandably reluctant about so arming me, but let me put your mind at ease. I have a portal stone and can escape at any time. I will give you that stone if you restore my belongings to me. So, to detention with you, and don't come back without my battle crystal. You've done it! With my cloak, staff, and battle crystal, I feel like the Dean of Admissions once more. Mine is the power to decide who becomes a student. And with that, I'm afraid that I will have to deny your application into DragonSpyre Academy. My condolences, young wizard. Unfortunately, you won't be getting that portal stone either. It's only appropriate to end your application with your defeat. This is only the start. My name will echo throughout this spiral as the one who destroyed it. And you were my unwitting accomplice. You're better than I thought you'd be. I'm sorry for deceiving you, but I couldn't remain in there for another day. When you came to see me, I saw a way out, but to do so I needed to provoke you into a duel. You have more than earned membership in the Academy. The portal stone is yours. Perhaps you will undo the doom I brought upon this place. Now in defeat, I am free to leave this place and go on to face my ultimate destination. I wonder what awaits me.
You find a DragonSpyre Academy portal stone hidden among the Dean's possessions.
Congratulations on your admission to DragonSpyre Academy. Talk to the headmaster. Please follow the road through the Crucible into the main Academy Square. Go through the large double doors emblazoned with dragons. You will need to enroll in one of the Academy's schools to begin your studies. Enjoy your time here at DragonSpyre.
Excellent work. You continue to exceed my expectations. You've become a student of DragonSpyre. I wouldn't worry about the Dean anymore. He's no longer important in the grand scheme of things. I'm sure you've guessed what Malastair hopes to accomplish. Since he could not bring Sylvia back to life, he hopes the Croconomicon can force the Titan to do so. By the look of DragonSpyre, it appears that no one can force a Titan to do anything. This is most excellent news indeed. We are now one step closer to my brother Malastair. From what I can determine, though most of the actual schools were destroyed during the raid, it appears that the Fire School still stands. Apparently, the great Dragon Titan was somewhat merciful towards his own school. We must make it seem as if you're enrolled in their Fire School. An old DragonSpyre pyromancer is buried within the necropolis. Go there and retrieve his medallion of fire.
Once more, I must beg your assistance. Can you visit me in Celestia Base Camp?
A new student? DragonSpyre is shattered. School closed forever. This is no place for the living.
The medallion of fire falls to the ground.
Excellent work, young wizard. This will do nicely. You should now proceed and speak with the fire tree here. Her name is Ashley, and she will guide you along your path into DragonSpyre Academy. Now you may enter the Fire School, and perhaps even more areas of the DragonSpyre Academy. See if you may determine how to reach the headmaster's quarters in the academy. If you should encounter my brother Malastair Drake, be cautious. You cannot stand against him alone.
Hello there. Who are you? A living student! You're here to help? Oh, thank the great tree. The wizard Malastair has come to DragonSpyre. He intends to command the Dragon Titan. He must be stopped. Malastair is in the headmaster's office atop the great volcano. He's nearly impossible to reach unless you can find a way to fly up to him. I've got an idea. You can get to him by flying a drake to the mouth of the great volcano. But how to do that? There are so few drakes left, and they're difficult to control. Oh, I know. If you can get your hands on a dragon rider staff, even you could control a drake. The last known dragon rider staff was broken into pieces, stored in obsidian chests, and hidden throughout the spiral for safekeeping. You need to find those chests and recover those pieces from where they're scattered across the spiral.
You find a piece of the Dragon Rider's staff. You find a piece of the Dragon Rider's staff.
Spellcaster, your type has brought pain to our land. I must stop you before you destroy us all.
You find a piece of the Dragon Rider's staff. You find a piece of the Dragon Rider's staff.
I can't believe it, but you actually found them all. It was surely a lot of work, visiting all the worlds of the spiral. But if you don't stop Malastair, those worlds will all perish. We're not finished yet, I'm afraid. A Dragon Rider's staff is incomplete without a flawless raw crystal for its head. That crystal will bind together all of the pieces and make it strong. Go into the Crystal Grove and see if you can find one there. There was an old miner there long ago who worked the grove. Check his house to see if he had one.
you've found the fourth stone rose.
Hello there, young wizard. Hey there, you! What are you doing here? Another wizard in the grove, I thought I sprayed for those. I reckon you're after a flawless raw crystal, right? Yeah, get in line. Them's the rarest kind of all, and I've got none to spare. Sorry. Been so long since I talked to anyone, I forgot my manners. My apologies. Tell you what, I'll do what I can to help you. It's clear to me that you're needing one for something important. I'll need sample crystals from each of the elevated dig points. Those will help us figure out where the best crystals can be found. Hey there, little wizard. I've got a favor to ask you. It's a lonely job here, being a miner. I used to have a pet, a little spiderling I named Cinder. When the Titan army came through, she must have gotten scared and run off. I've been looking for her, putting out food throughout the Crystal Grove, but I haven't seen her. Would you go and take a look around and see if you could find her? I hope she hasn't gotten into any trouble. You might check at the center platform of this grove to start with. I've looked almost everywhere else.
You remove a sample of crystal. You remove a sample of crystal. This is the right place, but there's no sign of Cinder. You remove a sample of crystal. You remove a sample of crystal. You remove a sample of crystal. You remove a sample of crystal.
finished? Good job with those. With all that dust you're covered in, you look like a regular miner now. Let me see those samples. I was sure she'd be there. I wonder, is there something that's got her spooked? I took a look at them, and I'm sad to say these crystals ain't flawless. Told you they're hard to find. We're not out of option. Don't worry yet. You're gonna have to go to the other mining site and check there. Bring back some sample crystals from that other site in the Crystal Grove. This isn't the first time Cinder's run off. I used to have a little drake whistle to call her back. I'm not sure where it went. And my eyes aren't what they used to be. Could you look in that house across the way and see if you can find my drake whistle? I'm so worried about my little pet. Hope she's not in any trouble.
Watch your step, little wizard. Look at all these spiders running amok. That's no way to tend spiders. I spent my whole lifetime tending to spiders. I can't bear to see them living so wretchedly, so out of control. With so many of them running around, their population is out of balance. Not enough food to go around, and they're crowding each other out. I need some help getting the spider population in check. Could you go look for spider egg clutches in this grove and clear them out? It's the only way.
You remove a sample of crystal. You remove a sample of crystal. You remove a sample of crystal. You remove a sample of crystal.
The spiders can't thank you, but I can. You've done a good deed, young wizard, by clearing out so many of these spider egg clutches. There seems to be a lot of aggressive spiders preying on the others. It's time for drastic measures. I hate to do this, but there are still too many spiders for this grove. Could you hunt down some spiders and thin out the cluster? It was for the best. Hopefully your work will calm things down and let the population adjust. I'm afraid that we've only dealt with the symptoms of the problem. Something big is throwing things out of balance. I suspect the real problem is that there are too many spiders being born. There might be an extra queen spider. That would be very bad. Go check out Firewing Tower and see if there's a renegade queen spider there. If there is, exterminate her.
You remove a sample of crystal. You remove a sample of crystal. You found the 7th stone rose.
Let me see those samples. Well, look here. You found yourself a flawless raw crystal. Good job. You could make a living at this if you want to quit wizarding. By the looks of you, I'd guess you're looking to use this crystal to make a dragon rider staff so's you can ride a drake. Am I right? I've helped more than my share of dragon riders make their staff, so you came to the right guy. Now that you got that crystal, you're gonna need to cut it into a headpiece. Trouble is, that I can't help you with. You're gonna need some expert guidance to cut that crystal. And for that, you need to go talk to the crystal cutter. She lives in the tower down the way.
Crystal Mancer drops a small silvery whistle.
I know, it's ironic. A crystal cutter trapped in a web of crystal. Thank you so much for freeing me. So, you want to make a head for your Dragon Rider staff. I assume you've come to me for that reason? Not too many other reasons to visit this place. It's too hectic around here, though. There are just too many spiders around here to get anything done. We need peace and quiet. Clear some of those crystal spiders out of the area, and I'll help you carve your crystal. You've done quite a bit, but it's clear that there are just too many crystal spiders around here. We can't take the chance of a spider barging in on us while we're cutting the head of the staff. How about if we work somewhere else? Meet me back at the house in the first crystal grove.
What? There was a crystal mancer in there? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to send you into danger. Thanks for getting the whistle. Well, now we've ruled out the house. Sometimes Cinder likes to go hide in one of the towers. Would you go into the towers and blow the whistle to see if she'll come? Watch out, though. If there was one crystal mancer, there's bound to be more of them lurking about.
There you are! Thanks again for getting me out of trouble back there. So, about that crystal you need cut. I can do it here, but I'll have to rough it. That means I'll need your help getting set up. I'll need a few odds and ends that I just can't do without. First off, I need some crystal spinnerets. Spiders use those to create and mold crystal. The bad news is that they're not going to just hand them to you.
You are about to enter a dungeon.
With crystal eyes, I do perceive a wizard seeks my life to leave. 2 legs carry you, no match for my 8. Survive you will not. Simple truth I do state.
There, that's better. You may not notice it just yet, but I believe that the spider population will gradually return to normal. Thank you, young wizard, for your help. Seeing how bad things are here, I'm now concerned about the spiders in the other grove. It's so frustrating being a ghost. Would you mind terribly getting me some samples from the spiders over there? It would help so much.
Some good ones there. These will do nicely. I'm afraid I still can't start. I'm going to need my tools. The good news is that they're easy to find. The bad news is that the Titan army was going to take them away and pack them up in crates. The Titan army got chased away by the crystal spiders, so those crates are scattered everywhere throughout the crystal grove. That's all of them. Do you need a job? I could use an assistant. Now that you've gotten me my tools, I'm going to need my jewel crafter's table. It's essential to my work. I'm afraid it's not going to be easy. Cronius of the Titan army took it back to his tower. You're going to have to go there and bring it back.
Based on these samples, it looks like things are actually worse over there. They've been corrupted by some strange force. That's quite the cause for concern. I wonder how things got so bad over there in the other grove. Yeva the Spider Keeper should have kept an eye on things. Could you go explore the grove once more and look for Yeva the Spider Keeper?
My spiders, rally to my aid. Together we will drive out all those who brought this ruin upon DragonSpyre. This place will soon be enveloped in your crystal webs, safe for all of eternity. You caught me off guard, Invader, and you defeated me. Remember this. The day will come soon when I return, and you'll be the one who loses everything.
She did what? I can't believe it! She must have been driven mad by her time in the crystal web. I'm sorry to hear she attacked you, young wizard, but you did the right thing defeating her. Her threat was an empty one, I'm sure. She won't return. Be careful anyway, though.
They said all the humans were slain. I welcome this distraction. It has been too long since I have destroyed a wizard. They said all the humans were slain. I welcome this distraction. It has been too long since I have destroyed a wizard.
This tome is titled The Founding of DragonSpyre Academy. All the knowledge of the kingdom was reserved for royalty, but this would not remain the case. When Rydal the Conqueror inadvertently unleashed a magical plague upon his duchy, Duke Sebastian fought with the Lords of DragonSpyre for knowledge of the cure. His bravery prompted the foundation of DragonSpyre Academy, a school for children throughout the kingdom. All who qualified were welcome within DragonSpyre Academy.
Wow, you got it! And without a scratch. Now I can get to work. Now that you've gotten me everything I need, I'll create for you the best crystal head for your staff I've ever made. You've done so much for me. It's an honor to make this for you.
As you watch, she carves the flawless raw crystal into an exquisite dragon-shaped head for your dragon rider's staff. The light scatters as it shines through the crystal, and it scintillates with power and majesty.
Here you go. Now you need to reassemble the staff. For that, you'll need to take it to Ashley, the fire tree.
No sign of her. Even with the whistle, right? I'm mighty sorry you had to fight all those creatures. Maybe they scared off Cinder and counted on someone coming to look for her. I don't want to believe it, but maybe my little Cinder is lost forever. The only other place she could be is that other grove, and I don't think I can take any spiders. Do you think you could go over there and check for me? I don't want to give up just yet, but if we don't check there, we'll never know. Would you go to the center platform of the other grove and blow the whistle there? If she's anywhere to be found, she'll be there.
You blow the whistle. The pet looks thankful and happy. You tell her that the miner is looking for her. She appears to understand and scurries off.
I just saw my little Cinder. Thanks for saving her. You're a hero to the both of us.
Hello there. I seen something in your possession. You're carrying the pieces of the last Dragon Rider staff. Now that you've gotten all the pieces of the staff and a new crystal head, you can create your own Dragon Rider staff. Go inside the Pyromancy School. In there, you can use the Fire Forge to assemble the pieces of the staff and forge your own Dragon Rider staff.
On the hot metal of the fire forge, you assemble the staff. You then attach the crystal head to the staff.
You've done it! That's the finest Dragon Rider stuff I've ever seen, to be certain. I can't believe that another Dragon Rider has risen from the Academy, especially an outsider like you. With that staff, all you need now is a drake to ride. The Dragon Master down at the hatchery may be able to help you if he can. Please, go speak with him.